Thanks, Brian. You've spent a lot of time in the White House has this week trying to explain why you believe that the U.S. is not definitionally in a recession. But why should the average American who is really concerned about their personal economic situation and their wages aren't increasing as fast as inflation, they're struggling to put food on the table, fill up their tank, why should they care if the U.S. is definitionally in a recession or not?
Yeah, it's a great question. It was what I was trying to underscore in terms of where the president really centers on in terms of his economic policy and his economic goals. At core, what his focus is and the direction to his team is to say, are we putting in place the right policies and the right strategies that will help those working Americans, middle-class families, achieve some measure of economic security and economic dignity, and be able to have upward economic mobility as well. And I think if you look at the progress that we have made over the course of the last 18 months, we have made historic strides in many areas, not the least of which has been the pace of this historic economic recovery and the return of job growth, the increase in wages, particularly for those at the bottom end, the equitable nature of this recovery. And we have a serious inflation challenge, which is hitting economies around the globe, but is hitting Americans. And that's why you have a president that is focused as acutely as he is on what we can do to actually lower prices right now. And I would say that, the reduction in gas prices that you've seen over the last couple of weeks is providing some measure of breathing room. Not enough, but some measure of breathing room. The steps to pass the CHIPS bill, as we've discussed, will make a big difference in terms of not only jobs here in America, but increasing the supply, building the resilience of our supply chains, which we have seen have been so connected to increase costs. So that's where the president's priorities are, and that's where he's focused. This is about trying to actually improve the lives and outcomes of middle-class families.
This is a related question, but all the discussions that are happening about the definition of a recession aside, I wonder if you could help us understand how much weight the White House puts on that definition versus just the simple reality that the majority of Americans right now just feel like we are living through a recession right now.
Look, our focus is on trying to improve economic circumstances in this country. That's what we are focused on, and that's what all of our policies are designed to do. So when we think about what we're prioritizing, when the president is focused on taking actions like a historic step to put 1 million barrels a day of oil onto the market, it's because we know, and we now have seen in the data, that helps to reduce energy prices, that helps to reduce gas prices, and we can help to encourage the process we've seen of gas prices coming down by about 70 cents, by about $100 a month. So that's where our focus is. Obviously, we spend a lot of time analyzing economic data as you do as well, but in the core, that's what our objective is, and that's where our focus is.
I don't have to say anything. I'm a doctor too.